you're joining us for our sound bath welcome. I'm going to go for about an hour and a half. Hi. And I'm showing up so I can help you relax. Good luck. So I figure I'll set up the space, put a little bit of good energy into it, and then we'll dive into a sound bath and we'll just relax together. Sounds like a lovely endeavor. Good luck. If this is your first time with us, I invite you to find a safe space. Sit or lie down. Take your awareness to your breath and just check in. Of course. I hope tonight can bring you peace, a little bit of grounding for those who need it. Welcome back. Thank you. Hello. Hello. Wherever you're at, wherever today finds you, I invite you to find a safe space, sit or lie down, close your eyes, and take your awareness inside. And I'm just starting, yes, you made it just to the beginning. Whenever I do breath work or a sound journey, I always invite people initially to just observe. We're so quick to change or to judge things or judge ourselves for doing them in odd ways. And in this space, I like to hold a safe space to release the personal judgment. If you have headphones, go put in some headphones. That can really help. Thank you. The love is reciprocated. I appreciate you. My intention for jumping on here is just to hold a safe space, a container, for you to come and breathe and just be. Finding a safe space to sit or lie down, close your eyes, allow your awareness to go inside. And I invite you to check in on the only body you'll ever get. Listen to where you are. And if during really good breathwork meditation, if you fall asleep, just know that that's the state your body wants to be in. Allowing yourself to sleep is integral to good health. If you're interested in purchasing sound bowls, they can be bought on Amazon. This one is kind of custom made from a company called Crystal Tones. They're the main manufacturer of high-end singing bowls in Utah, and I mean they ship globally. And if you're ADD like me, and you find it hard to focus on meditation, a singing bowl is a great idea. Because even though it's non-physical, you can close your eyes and still focus on it. And in that there's power. My goal in sharing this magic is to empower you. It's breathing empowered. Because it is through you as an individual, that all the power is going to pour into your life. How often do we sit and wait for permission? I'm giving you permission. You have all the permission. It starts with the permission to be your best self. And how can you do that if you've never learned how to be? All the permission to be your best self. If you've heard of the book, The 4 Agreements, what I like about that is it sets up the world in such a way that your relationship to reality is based on agreements. The agreements that you make with yourself. And your keeping those agreements will manifest your reality. I believe that there is inherent divine in everybody. And that awareness, the observer behind your experience, is the same observer that I have behind mine. That initial power. This symbol I have on my shoulder is called a 64-star tetrahedron. It is the flower of life as depicted as triangles instead of circles. It is a representation of the divine masculine. That's how I see it. In other news, we were able to buy some more sound equipment I put in the purchase today. I'm so excited. We have a wave drum is what it's called. It's a drum that has a bunch of beads in it, and you roll it and it sounds like the ocean. So you can look forward to that. I'm very excited to share that with you. I also bought something called a storm chamber so that we can have some powerful like thunder energy come in here. Oh, that's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. I also bought a chime. And I say this because that is thanks to all of the gifts. 100% funded, crowdfunded. I'm so excited. Thank you. Right? Some of those are coming in next Thursday, so I will share those with you as soon as they get here. Yes, thank you. Also, for those of you that don't do live gifts, I also have Venmo and PayPal and Cash App, all at Breathing Empowered. Cash App's like the money symbol, but never expected, but you do help everybody have a better experience. Good. I've just been waiting. I've been waiting. So if you've never done a really good meditation or breath work practice, boy, do I have news for you. I came from a background that had a lot of stress, anxiety, and depression. There were moments in life that I didn't want to do this anymore. And at my darkest, what I needed was someone to teach me how to breathe, how to relax, someone to hold a safe space for me to just process, just be. And in fulfillment of that need, I come before you today. I love you. I'm proud of you. If you're anything like me, even on our worst days, we're trying our best. We're out here trying, aren't we? And so much of our trying is gonna go unappreciated. Learning the value of trying for the sake of trying. And sometimes it doesn't matter if you get recognition. What matters is the effort and the intention behind it. I do, if you're interested in a private one-on-one, I do breath sessions and meditations and stuff like that. I do them over Zoom, also in person if you're in Utah. Or if you have an event that you want to host, I will definitely show up. I will show up for you so hard, I promise. If you're interested in purchasing a bowl, I would look on Amazon. Sometimes they have deals. There's some good options there. For good quality bowls like this one, you're looking at $100 an inch. So this one is about $600. This one was about $65, and I got her on Amazon. Failure. What a beautiful question. I believe failure is always an issue of perspective. You can do everything right and have everything turned out to the best of its ability and feel as though you failed. Because whatever your expectation was wasn't met, whatever that was. And it's okay. It's good to set your expectations high. It can be motivating, right? As long as you remember that the line is the ride. When it comes to life, the line is the ride. If you went for it and you tried and failed, you were closer than when you tried the first time. And just remember that the greats, the best, the greatest ever have failed more times than the beginner has dared to try. So what do we do when we're caught in that failure cycle? You breathe. You breathe, baby. There's a beautiful quote from Midnight Gospel, which if you haven't seen, please, Midnight Gospel's amazing. But there's a quote between a kid and his mother, and they're talking about life and understanding it all. And at the very end, he's like, yeah, I understand that there's reincarnated. I understand that energy recycles. But like, what do you do when someone that you love is taken? Like, what do you do? Even when you know it, what do you do? And the mother's response is you cry. You cry. So tonight I invite you into a safe space, a private space. And you don't have to cry. It's not about the physical tears. It's about knowing that if you wanted to, you could, without being judged by yourself for feeling. And when you see other people feeling, I want to rephrase the concept of bad energy and shift it towards love deficit. When your inner child throws a tantrum, and we've all been there, you find yourself in a love deficit, where you require more love than you're capable of extending into the world. And the beauty of a love deficit is the solution is present in the title. That person needs love. And if you don't have the bandwidth to fulfill that need for them today, that's okay. It's okay. Somebody will. Trusting in the collective subconscious, somebody will. And I only hope that when you can, you do. Isn't that all we can ask? Isn't that all we can expect from ourselves? Is when we have the capacity to share, we share. When we have extra in our storehouse, we give it to those who need it. Not because they deserve it, but because it's who we are. Another thing I would like to enter into your field as far as breath work goes. When you focus on your breath and you train it, you can create it, make it very strong. And subconsciously, it gives you the power in moments of intense stress and agony and anguish to call on your breath to calm you down. It's not about living every life constantly only thinking of your breath because you have other things to do. Learning that when you get distracted, to pull your awareness back, find your center. I don't know if I'm going to describe this thought properly, but there's an idea that awakening, consciousness, this grand enlightenment isn't about perfection. It's just realizing and owning the fact that you are the one that decides your capacity for love. And have we been hurt? Yes. Many times. And do we like it? No. Not at all. And that's okay. Life isn't about never getting hurt. It's not. It's about knowing how to manage yourself when you are. Great men get hurt. Great women get devastated. Courage can only exist in the face of fear. Without fear, there is no courage. So in life, choose courage. When fear wants you to draw back, restrict, close off, shut out everything, do it for as long as it serves you. There is no fear. I have no fear in fear. It's a tool that can serve you, I promise. And when it's time to wake up and come back to the world and share your light again, do it with everything you have, because it's who you are. All you can ever be is exactly who you are. And we try to make this person happy and that person happy because so-and-so said blah, blah, blah. It's okay. I love you for trying. God, I love you for trying. For wanting to take out, to ease suffering. To want people to be happy. I love you for that. As long as you remember at the end of the day, it's their choice. If they want to be happy. Your responsibility is to maintain your own, and as long as it's dependent on somebody else, if you've never sat alone in a dark room and been happy to be alone with yourself, how can you ever include someone in your life in a way that isn't clingy, that isn't afraid to lose them? And for those of you who may never hear it, I'm sorry. Baby, I'm so sorry. Sometimes the people that you need to say I'm sorry the most are the ones that are going to have the hardest time saying it. It's okay. And if someone's going through a love deficit and you don't have the bandwidth to give, you don't need to. Sometimes the healthiest thing you can do for somebody is remove yourself and your energy so that they can learn their lesson. If a soul is headed for rock bottom, the worst thing you can do is get in the way. I promise. So as we sit here and drift on this space rock flying through space. With your eyes closed, I invite you to go into your feeling nature. What do you feel? What do you sense without the use of your eyes? Does your awareness, is it confined to your physical body, or can it travel? And if it can travel, can you dream of your ideal self, ideal situations? Knowing that at the highest level, a wheel sitting still and a wheel going speed of light occupy the same space. And you have no idea what other people are going through. Not really. And you know why? Because your responsibility is your experience. And if people want to be wrong, let them. Let them. It is their right to experience and live the ramifications of those choices. Their soul didn't come here so that you could fix them. Their soul came here to learn through their choices. I don't know if you've heard of love as divine allowance, but the idea that to truly love something is to love it as it is. If I see you and accept you and allow you to be exactly as you are without needing you to change, babe, I don't need you to be different. I don't need you to do anything different than what you're doing right now. The fact that you're here, you showed up, you're sharing your time and attention with me, that's the greatest gift you could give me for real. And when I hear about people that take these classes and finally sleep and, are able to move through stuff, like the joy that brings is unspeakable. I do not believe in bad people. Rule numero uno, there are not bad people. There are hurtful choices. Good people make hurtful choices every day. They're scared. They're defensive. They've been hurt by somebody. It wasn't safe to love or be loved. I have nothing but compassion for that soul. Now, does that mean I don't have boundaries? Of course not. Humility says that I don't require you to treat me any different than you're willing to. Because your treatment of me is not reflective of my true value. I know my worth. I know who I am. I know what I am. And I know how I serve, and you can't take that from me. Not without my permission. Now, if you find you have anxiety, I invite you to close your eyes, take your awareness inside, and begin to follow your breath. Breathing fully into your belly. And release. Your investment in needing somebody to be bad, to vilify them, to make yourself feel safe, because if there are bad people, you can protect yourself from them. And that form of protection is a wall, is a barrier that prevents experience. And you are entitled to your experience, but most of all, you are entitled to peace. The psychic energy it takes to make people bad is a full-time job. To be afraid of people and imaginary circumstances is a full-time job. I do not believe in bad people. But perhaps that's why I never see any. I believe the true line between good and evil, good, love, acceptance, allowance, those are all the same energy. Fear, evil, resistance, anything that draws away, pushes, stops, resists, those are the evil energy. But let's unpack that. I believe people will make the decision required for their soul's highest growth. I believe people make the decision that is in alignment with their soul's highest growth. And I don't know what you need. I'm not omnipotent. I can barely figure my shit out. Sorry. But that's why I'm not responsible for your experience, just like you're not responsible for mine. I'll sit here and hold space and love you through anything. You can open up. I've had people open up to me about the craziest things. And it's only been the reason for me to love them more. Yeah. We need to call people bad. We need to blame the decision as evil because it'll give us a sense of safety. You're giving all of your power away to this other person. Stay calm and relax. Yeah, there you go. Things that help. If you are going through anxiety or trauma, look into Wim Hof breathing. Every day at 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, I hop on here and I do a Wim Hof set so that people know. So you can have the experience of it. Have you ever just sat and breathed, given yourself the one thing you will need for the rest of your life every day? Oxygen. And if you breathe with a constricted abdomen, you're breathing all the way up in your chest. Do you know you're triggering your body's natural cortisol response when you have tightness in your abdomen? Something's not right. Maybe I have to run away. Maybe. What if? Fear tightens, restricts. Love relaxes and accepts and allows. You can breathe with love or you can breathe with fear. And it's called breathing empowered. Not to tell you how to breathe, but to open you to the power inherent in each breath. So take a second, join me on an experience of breathing. Put your body in stillness, sitting up straight. Allow the eyes to gently close, feeling safe for a second to just breathe and be in your own space, your inner orbit. And in this space, I invite you to follow your breath. And the invitation is to take the perfect breath. What does that mean? What do you think? The perfect breath. Your lungs are huge. I feel like they can stretch out to take over a whole tennis court, which is a useless fact because you would be dead then, but there's so much surface area there. Learning to expand into the breath can release and break up a bunch of tension that gets stored in the body. You have heard that trauma is stored in the body. As you breathe in a yin practice, yang is the masculine, outward. For example, yang yoga is the typical yoga that you've probably known with the postures where you force your body physically into a position and you hold it. Yang. And you breathe into that form and position and you hold. Yin yoga is where you relax the body. You put the body in a safe place, putting pillows under your knees, a blanket maybe, feeling really soft and relaxing into the posture, allowing your body to fill up the space. And when I've been the most triggered in my life, hands down, 100%, no cap, the thing that has saved me, slow, sustained breathing. I once heard it said, if you can control your breath, you can control your experience. If you ever feel like your breath is away from you, you can't catch it. It is your responsibility as the sovereign individual for your experience to fix it, correct it. Sit with your breath and let it be a circle. Good. Most people within 2-3 breaths, you'll already feel it. Feel your body ease. Some people don't know this also. Once you stop moving, it takes 30 full seconds of inactivity before your nervous system begins to relax. So putting the body in a space of stillness, a safe space, and then deciding to not move. If you ever can't sleep, it is a challenge. I give it to you and I offer it freely and in gratitude. It saved my life and I hope it benefits you as well. If you ever can't sleep, put the body in stillness for 7 minutes without moving. Letting your awareness focus on that breath. And see if you can make it 7 minutes, because typically by 5 minutes, I'm out. Put you right to bed. No, actually, I was very much bullied as a kid. I laugh about all my trauma now because why not? Why not? At this point in my life, they're all just stories. Stories that I tell myself. And how many people have taken a story of disempowerment and attached it to them? Do I support the devil? Well, that's a silly question. Do you feel as if that's what's happening? No. I believe that everyone has a right to experience this reality in a way that will serve them best. And there are people out there that believe in the devil, and there are people out there that use the devil as a way to motivate through fear. If you don't do this, the devil will get you. If you're not careful, the devil will do this. I believe that there is no higher heaven than me sitting in the arms of someone I love, just being, breathing, feeling safe. And there is no greater hell than the feeling of separation, dislocation. I'm not where I'm supposed to be. And I think the great irony is at the end of all of this, God and the devil are going to be very much alive inside us. How much are you willing to love the unlovable? God, as infinite divine love and acceptance, loves everyone, including you. And how reassuring. If God can love me, and I know me, I know my faults, I know my highs and my lows, I know what happens when I get triggered. And I know that I am deeply, deeply loved by my Creator. The same Creator that has put systems in place that allow me to be innocent, ignorant. Back to the conversation about bad people. A mantra that I've repeated in my head that has saved me, that has helped me from time to time. I forgive you your ignorance. I forgive you your innocence. I believe the devil is real for those who need it as a motivation. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. Exactly. Forgive them. The answer is always the same. This is a miracle tone that I picked off from YouTube, 432 hertz. Raising positive vibration. I believe the only way to truly overcome the devil is to put yourself, to fill yourself with such love that the devil himself would be loved in your experience. Deeply paradoxical teachings. I remember when I was a kid, my poor mother, oh my goodness, this woman. One night, she came into my room because I couldn't sleep, and I was up in hysterics, just crying. Because I had learned in the Mormon religion, they talk about the war in heaven, how Lucifer had wanted to be the chosen one, and God sent Jesus, and so Lucifer was cast out. And I remember bawling, just being like, why wouldn't God give Lucifer a second chance? He just wanted us all to be happy and come back. It wasn't until later in life when someone opened me up to the idea that Lucifer is Christ's ego. So many structures are built around giving him a physical and making them separate. I think you lose the fundamental truth that when Jesus went in the desert to get tempted of the devil, he went to be by himself. So when you're all alone, all by yourself, what tempts you? What reality do you want? Do you wish? And how much faith do you have in your Creator? There's a lot in that. You're amazing. LDS is Latter-day Saint. I was raised a Mormon. So that was my birth religion. It wasn't till later in life, after studying a bunch of religions, I believe they're all trying to communicate the same thing. If you take something that's non-physical, an idea, freedom, salvation, forgiveness. These aren't concrete ID concepts. Well, what does forgiveness feel like? Forgiveness is letting go, releasing. But any word that you attach to it actually points away from the truth of how it feels. Does that make sense? Some of these deeper lessons aren't designed to be codified. Just like if you take a cube, like a plexiglass cube that's transparent, and you shine a light through it, it'll cast a two-dimensional shadow. But the two-dimensional shadow is a lie. It's not accurate. Because in reality, all of those angles are 90-degree angles in the cube. But on the flat two-dimensional surface, they're not. Fundamental truth gets lost when you codify higher dimensional concepts. Which is why there are so many systems built to help you understand them. And remember, in the age of information, ignorance is a choice. So if there's something you don't know, as a sovereign being, you're choosing it, right? Right? Dang it. Wait a minute, I'm supposed to be responsible for this? But that's so much effort. Yes. Yes, it is. And nothing is more worth the effort than loving where love is not required. Because isn't that the gift of love, truly, is to enter spaces that do not deserve it and radiate anyway. there is a truth that you, in your highest ideal, when you're at your best, no one can afford you. No one deserves you. When they've given you no reason to love them and you love anyway. My mother. Oh, I do not deserve this woman. That woman loves me. And it's because of that love that I can show up like this and love you. So as you sit here, just listening, I invite you to find stillness, peace. Thank you. Message me. If you'd like to be a mod, message me. I do have some rules. I want this information to be accessible to everybody. And generally, the people who come on here and make a fuss, I can't tell you the amount of times people will like do a few comments and then be like, but seriously though, thank you, this is really helpful. You know, they're the ones that need it. Are you kidding? Do you know how strong I am? You want to come and make fun of my Jason Statham lookalike? Cool. I can take it. And I'll love you because I love your time and attention because it's the most valuable thing that you have and it is not lost on me. So if you'd like to be a mod, message me, I'll send you a little bit. I just want to make sure that it's very much inclusive. We shouldn't be silencing people because they make us feel. And technically, since this is a meditation, a mindfulness practice, just like courage can't exist without fear, if you get rid of the fear, you have no courage, you just have obedience, which has its own value, but it's not courage. Loving, if anything, if you want to be a mod, love the people to death that are coming on here with comments that make you feel some type of way. I don't know. It's all life, right? It's all life. And thank you for sharing this slice of life with me. I love you. I'm good. I'm really good. Thank you. So if you enjoyed this sound bath, I definitely did a lot more talking than I typically do in my evening sessions, but it felt right. So thank you for vibing with me. Yes, thank you. I'm so very happy and grateful to have everyone here. I love that. Breathe into a want. And then when it's time to move, you'll move. So if you go on my YouTube at Breathing Empowered, all one word, subscribe to that channel. I upload these videos daily. There's hours of meditations and content and fun stuff that you can listen to and zen out to. Hopefully we're going to get some events going, depending on how the world opens up and everything. We want to do some physical location events where we can invite people to come and do cacao ceremonies and all of it. It's going to be magical. I am manifesting a retreat space where we can come and do this healing in person with a community of like-minded people. Yes, This is my full-time job. This is what I decided to do with my life because it's the only thing that truly brings me happiness and peace. Loving and being loved. Thank you, my day is going well. For those who would like to support this channel, Breathing Empowered, I do this all for free. I show up and do this to give, that I might be an avenue for peace. And for those who have the means and feel called to help support, you can do that at Venmo and PayPal at Breathing Empowered, all one word. And we also have a Cash App, Breathing Empowered. I throw that out there to appease the powers that be, because I've been told I need to make it easy for people to support me. That's the best way I know how. But also, please remember, I do private sessions, so if anyone wants a private session, please message me, reach out. I do them, I love them. You can do them through Zoom or live if you're local, so thank you. You are loved and loving, yay. Well, thank you, my friends. That is my time and my energy and my gift and service for tonight. Thank you for being here. Thank you for loving me through my healing journey. I've experienced a lot of different shades of myself. Learning to love and accept who you are, where you are, when you are, is the inroad to heaven. And I wish you heaven. Heaven is a breath away. Heaven has always been a decision away. Yes. Yes. I invite you to breathe into your heaven, in your nice little cocoon, feeling safe and protected from the world. I invite you to breathe. Nice and easy. Letting yourself get grounded, letting yourself get present. Yes, thank you, more please. Yes, thank you, more please. And for those of you without means, please just, I make these available on YouTube. There's so much information out there. And with my private sessions, as far as cost goes, I would rather have the widow's mite than a millionaire's spare change, you know. If you need help, if you would like my assistance, reach out. A closed mouth don't get fed. And I promise I want to work with you. I want to help you. Because you're worth it. You are worth it, my friend. I promise. I promise. Let me fill your empty cup, for mine is overflowing. I see you've given yours away, for a deficit is showing. I see you wander aimlessly, not sure of where you're going, sowing seeds of lack and distrust, unaware that they've been growing. So into your cup, I pour this kindness, a truth, and a love above all. You've always been worth it. You've always been worthy. I love you. I love you. Love the all. take a dollar bill, you crumple it up, you throw it on the ground, you dig your heel into it, it's still worth a dollar. I could disrespect you at the highest level and never make a mark on your eternal worth and value. And I am here to sing your song until you can learn the words, because you are radiant. And I know this because I am. And learning how to share my inner radiance well, that's the adventure, isn't it? Trusting me with your time and attention. Thank you for loving me through my process. At the end of the day, we're all just walking each other home. Thank you for being on my journey. Let it be. Remembering my medicine isn't for everybody. And if now's not the right time, go do something else. I'll be here. Playing my simple bowls, singing my simple melodies for whenever you want to come back and rest. Because isn't that all the heart needs sometimes? It's just a space to rest without judgment, to feel. And if you want to cry, you cry, and I hope it feels amazing. Let it out. So many of us deserve to cry. We've just been strong for far too long. Thank you. Yes, please. Received and reciprocated in gratitude and love. Thank you. Oh my God, I'm so... Every now and then I look up and I'm like, there's so many people here. And I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, come rest. Give me your weary. I will give them rest. I'm here to teach peace. True peace. The principles of stillness and silence, acceptance and allowance, with the goal to Fill up your tank so that you can go do whatever it is that you do with a greater love and compassion and charity. It is the responsibility of those who have more, those who temporarily have more, to give to those who temporarily have less. We're in this together. Learn to set your boundaries. Learn when to say no. You deserve it. You are worth and deserving of your time, attention, affection, just as much, if not more, than anybody else. Truly. What are you doing to love yourself as fiercely as you're willing to love others? As my talking comes to rest, find a safe space to sit or lie down, close your eyes, and breathe. Drawing nice, even circles. Letting your body be in stillness, letting your mind be still. Inviting space in between your thoughts. What happens if you just listen without judgment, without it having to mean anything? What if even the sound of my words was just gibberish? How would the sound feel? Find a circle. Breathing with power. When was the last time you exercised your lungs? Clearing out any stagnant air. Dropping your tongue from the roof of your mouth, releasing your shoulders. Find peace. The strength to be still. When the drum stops and the suggestion ceases, how do you want to breathe? What feels best? Taking your awareness to your body, if there's any tension or tightness or resistance or restriction, breathe into it. I dislocated this shoulder like 8 times because he's an overachiever. And when I finally set about healing it for real, one thing that I did is I used to ache all the time. And I would breathe into it. Imagine sending life and blood and relaxing. It's a high form of trust to know that your body knows how to heal you better than you do. You are the ultimate biomachine, biomechanical. Learning to trust in your system. Learning how to listen properly. Opens you up to a world of magic. Thank you. Yes, we do. It's true. My friends, that's my time, my energy, my session for this night. If you've enjoyed this, please go check me out on YouTube at Breathing Empowered. Hours of content. For those who have the means to help support this class, at Breathing Empowered on PayPal and Venmo. Cash App is the $ Breathing Empowered. But more important than all of that, show up. Come back. Share your time, energy, attention. Share you. And I will consider myself deeply, richly blessed. Few people know this. If you've heard of the law of tithing from mainstream Christianity, did you know that the original tithing was designed as 10% of your life? It got whittled down to money because people made it about other things. If you spent 10% of your day giving back to the collective, to God, do you know how much happier you are? It's not about what you can receive, it's what do you have the bandwidth and the capacity to give. How can you give the last word to somebody who desperately needs it? How can you give patience and understanding to the person who needs it most, which is probably Pink Lotus. Hi Mama, good to see you. Oh, I always love seeing my spirit fam show up. Because isn't that all we can do at the end of the day? We might be wrong. We're all ignorant. We're all just trying our best. But at the end of the day, we can show up. We show up for each other. We show up for ourselves. So I urge you, as appropriate, where it feels appropriate, show up. Even when you don't know what to say, especially when you don't know what to say. Sometimes just shut up. Show up, be quiet, listen. You will be surprised what information the universe will bless you with once you have proved that you can listen. I keep trying to go off this live, but I feel like this is where I should be right now. You can't give something you don't have. Love yourself so that you may love others. Amazing, yes. Fill your cup first. In a divine form of compassion, fill your cup first. If your cup isn't full, you cannot show up authentically for anyone else. Thank you for that. At the end of the day, you may not remember me, but I hope you remember that a complete stranger felt like you were worth it. The OG. Thank you. Lindsay, what's up, love? Ah. Oh my goodness, my heart just leapt out of my face. It's so good to see you. It's true. As you sit here and breathe, I invite you to put yourself in the space of the seat. Imagine the windows of heaven opening and just pouring out gratitude, acceptance, love. What if you were celebrated throughout all eternity? A day that really shifted my awareness was the day I realized that my healing journey benefits everybody, and so does yours. As we learn, as we grow, as we experience growing pains, remembering sometimes we have to be what we are not in order to learn who we are. So when you see somebody in an expression of who they are not, loving them is watching them, being willing to watch them journey. And then when you feel called to add your light, do it. But don't expect anything from anyone. Because I don't know who needs to hear this, but nobody owes you anything. They don't. Look at you. Look at you. Every time you fall, come message me. I'll be there. To give for return is a transaction. Yes, it's very true. Isn't that how we are, though? We all understand the deep concepts. Of course, they make perfect sense. It's the practice of them that makes life worth living. And once you've figured it out, isn't it your responsibility to put your arm back and lift somebody up? To make the way easy for those who would seek to pass through. I can do that. I can do that. I am, I can, I do. They're the 3 power statements. I am, I can, and I do. Girl, you're saying you're gonna be inspirational like it's a threat. Please. I accept all light. What is exactly on my spiritual journey, I have been to aspects of consciousness that are eternally blissful, radiating energies of love and gratitude forever and ever, infinitely in every direction. And you know all that I wanted to do when I was in that space? I wanted to be back here. Because I think that's the joke, is that people spend their whole lives preparing to go somewhere when we've only ever arrived already. Someone's at the door. I've gone 30 minutes over what I was planning. I just wanted to share. This is getting so good. I'm gonna go manage my business. If you're enjoying this video and you want to keep these vibes going, please check out my YouTube, Breathing Empowered. Again, for those who have the means to help support the channel, Breathing Empowered. I'm on Venmo and PayPal and Cash App, all the fun things. I love you. 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 And if you don't believe me, come back. Because I'm gonna do this day in and day out, sitting here loving you, whether you choose to be present or not, because you are worth it. You can only ever be worth it. I love you. I love you. Okay, I need to go. Till next time, okay? 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time every day. I do breath sessions. And then afterwards, between like 9 and midnight, I like to jump on here and just share the vibes. So thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. Remember who you are, because the world deserves to hear your song. Now go drink some water.